Welcome YouTubers to this very special and my first Hershey Park video. I'm going to be doing top 10 Hershey Park coasters today. And yeah, let's just get started. Let's jump right into it. So number 10 is Wild Mouse. Wild Mouse is 50 feet tall. It's by Mack Rides. It goes 28 miles per hour. This ride is not so intense, which is why I put it at number 10. It's basically like jerks your neck around and all that, but it's still pretty fun. I give it credit because of that. And it's also Wild Mouse coasters. Wild Mouse coasters are usually voted as a very fun type of coaster. But yeah, I like Wild Mouse. It's fun. It's thrilling at the same time. It isn't so thrilling like epically thrilling like when we get to like top 5 and all that, but with the turns and the hills, yeah, it's good. It's a good ride. I don't really have much to say about it, considering it has much more clones too. So yeah, let's move on. Number 9 is Comet. Comet's the third best wooden coaster in the park because that's making it the least best wooden coaster in the park, because Wildcat and Lightning Racer are the two best that are better than Comet. Yeah, basically only have 3 wooden coasters, as you all know. But yeah, Comet's the least best wooden coaster. It's more like a family wooden coaster. This was my first wooden roller coaster that I ever ridden, actually, a couple of years ago. I started riding coasters when I was 7. And yeah, it's a good ride. It's a very good coaster, actually, for its type. It's 96 feet tall, goes 50 miles per hour. Morgan Manufacturing Company made this coaster, so it's a classic company. It opened in 1946, that's why it's a classic company. But yeah, it's a good ride. I like this ride. It's actually, when you think of it as being bumpy because of how old it is, I actually find it very smooth, actually. Like, not as bumpy as, definitely not as bumpy as Rolling Thunder at Six Flags Great Adventure. That thing is as bumpy as hell. Like, really bumpy. But yeah. So yeah, again, Comet's a very good ride. As you can see, I took this photo is taken before they go down the lift hill, and Skylar's is in the background and in front of the Comet, yeah. Number 8 is Sidewinder. Sidewinder has a lot of clones, as you all know. It has tons of other clones throughout the planet. But Sidewinder is to me, makes it unique. It's the only Intamin boomerang coaster that I've seen. There could be more in the world, but yeah, it's the cars are by Intamin. It also got new cars last year, like Super Duper Looper did. Super Duper Looper got new cars last year, and so did Sidewinder. But yeah, I think the new Sidewinder cars are by Intamin. I'm not so sure, but I think Hershey Park prefers this ride as like an Intamin coaster because it pulls you up fast. Actually, it pulls you up pretty fast. But yeah, it's 125 feet tall, goes 47 miles per hour. It has 6 inversions, 3 forward and 3 backwards. So when you get launched from the first part of the ride, which is over there, when you go forward, you go through the 3 inversions. Then when you go backwards, you go through the 3 inversions again. So that's an add up of 6 inversions total. So yeah. And you know, all the boomerang coasters go like that, so it isn't really unique, but an Intamin boomerang coaster that I've seen so far, to me, it's unique, yes. So moving on. Number 7 is Super Duper Looper. Super Duper Looper is actually a pretty aggressive ride. Like, if you sit in the backseat of the loop, you'll get like a very jerky sensation. Like you'll get, like, when you get pulled up the loop, it's gonna be like you're actually upside down. So if you don't like being like upside down, like feeling it even, then you're gonna not like the backseat. Like, if you're like from here to the front, then you're gonna get the regular loop sensation, which doesn't feel the loop. But if you're like if you're like under that, then yes, you'll get that jerky sensation and feel the loop. Yes. But the only part I find aggressive of this ride is the loop. That's all. The drop is not so intense. It's a 75-foot drop, which isn't that big, but like right after the loop, it's not bad at all. Like after the loop, it's like a kiddie coaster. But I chose this at number 7 just because of the loop. If it had no loop, then it would be like number 10 or number 9. But yeah, it's manufactured by Scarlett's Cop. It's hard to pronounce, so I just name it Scarlett's Cop. It's hard to pronounce. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right or not, but it's hard to pronounce. So yeah. So again, moving on. Number 6 is Wildcat. Wildcat is the second best Woody in the park. The first best is the Lightning Racer. So Wildcat is 103 feet tall, going 53 miles per hour. It's manufactured by Great Coasters International, GCI, in short meaning. It's a pretty intense Woody. It is kind of uncomfortable. Like, it jerks you around, it jerks your head around, the neck and stuff. It gives you neck pains sometimes, head pains. But since they're calling it the Wildcat, then that must be the point of it. To jerk you around, the Wildcat, and cats are wild, so good name for it. Which is probably why they created the coaster, so it could jerk you around. Number 5 is Great Bear. Okay, Great Bear is my most favorite B&M invert. My second favorite, without a doubt, is Alpengeist at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. I mentioned that in my Busch Gardens Williamsburg top 5 coasters video. But yeah, Great Bear, I just like Great Bear better because, it's 90 feet tall, but it has a big change in drop. And it's a 120-foot drop, so which makes it huge. It's so unique because the drop is bigger than the lip tail, which makes it so unique. I love that type of feeling. I love coasters like that. But yeah, it goes 62 miles per hour. It's 4 inversions, a good amount for a B&M invert. Even though this is probably the best B&M invert out there in some people's opinions, like mine. Some people like Alpengeist better, and some people don't. Some people like Great Bear better. But yeah, it's manufactured by Bollinger and Mabillard. This is the only Bollinger and Mabillard ride in the park. Who knows? We might see some more in the future, but who knows? Yeah, but as of up to date, this is the only B&M coaster in the park. And it's a good one, so they chose wisely, I guess. Number 4 is Lightning Racer. Yes, number 4 is better than Great Bear. Lightning Racer I like better than Great Bear. Yes, because Lightning Racer was my favorite wooden coaster until I rode El Toro. Now that's my first favorite, but Lightning Racer is now one behind at my second favorite, so it isn't a big difference. But I do like El Toro better, but Lightning Racer is the best dueling coaster on the planet, definitely. It's the best, and it's the second best wooden coaster that I've ridden. But yeah. So yeah, I like the twister effect. You can see all the twister effect down there. You can see the twister drop. But yeah, I like the stats. It's 107 feet high with a 100-foot drop, which is a good drop. 55 miles per hour. Also manufactured by Great Coasters International. So, with all its twister effect, yes. But it's a very good coaster. I like this coaster very much because it's my second favorite wooden coaster, and that could even tell that I like this ride better than, as my second favorite, I mean. But I do like El Toro a little bit better. A little bit better, not by a lot. But I do like El Toro better, just saying. Okay, we are at the top 3, and number 3 is Storm Runner. Storm Runner is the first hydraulic launch coaster to feature inversions. 3 inversions to be exact, as it says down here. Goes 72 miles per hour when you hit the launch, which is a good launch, a pretty good launch. It has a 90-degree first drop, 3 inversions, and it includes a snake dive, a looping snake dive, and a cobra roll into a flying snake dive. And then you have all the epic inversions. Yes, these are all epic inversions. All the inversions are very, like, unique, too. Both of the inversions of this ride, all 3 of these inversions of this ride are unique. Just saying, very unique. So, yeah, it's manufactured by Intamin. And it's a launch coaster, so that's what I have to say. Number 2, we're at the top 2 now, and number 2 is Fahrenheit. I like Fahrenheit better than Storm Runner, not only because of its like of more inversions, but but because of its drop. It has a crazy drop at 97 degrees, which makes it the steepest drop in the USA. It used to be Maverick at Cedar Point at 95 degrees, but in 2008, Fahrenheit took the record. So, yeah. It has a vertical lift also, so it's like a Eurofighter Intamin coaster, but with way more inversions. And this type of coaster, Fahrenheit, is unique because it's a Intamin Juris coaster. It's an Intamin Eurofighter, which makes it way more unique and better than the original Eurofighters by Juris. Then, yeah, and Fahrenheit also is taller. So yeah, Fahrenheit definitely deserves to be number 2. That drop is intense, and it's also probably one of the most intense coasters I've ridden. So yeah. It goes 58 miles per hour, 6 inversions, and it's manufactured by Intamin. Okay, we are at number 1, and number 1 is, you guessed it, Sky Rush. Sky Rush is that intense. It's 211 feet lift hill, at almost vertical lift hill. It's probably like, I would say, estimately like 80-degree lift hill. It's a very steep lift hill. Like, if you want to go on Fahrenheit, then go on Sky Rush first to get the sensation of what Fahrenheit's lift hill is going to be like. And the drop is at 85 degrees, which is an insane drop at 200-foot drop. It has all the twister. It has crazy airtime. Like, the whole ride is filled with airtime. It goes 76 miles per hour, also manufactured by Intamin, and it's voted one of the most intense coasters ever when it first opened, and I'm sure it will be voted like that again this year, hopefully. Because this ride is very intense. It's probably one of the most intense coasters I've ridden also. It might even be the most intense coaster that I've ridden. But, yeah. I don't really have much to say about this. I'm just saying that it's number 1 definitely, and it's excellent. So, yeah. So, that's all for now, guys. Be sure to check out more top 10 videos. So I'm going to be doing top 10 most intense coasters I've ridden, my top 10 favorite coasters. So be sure to check that out. Later.